I'm going to show you the woven rose wheel stitch. And usually for this one, you want to do at least 3 strands and have a fairly long strand of thread, because it's best to do this, be able to do this stitch in one long thread. So I typically like to get a little bit of a longer one and at least 3 strands. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have a circle with at least 5 lines in it, and you're going to come in the middle and pull your thread all the way through. Got a lot of thread, so you're just going to make all these lines, and they're going to be, basically they're called spokes, and these are actually the only actual stitches. You want to come right back up that center hole, pull it all the way through, and then out on the end again, and back in. And then back in the middle. Now you're gonna want to have just 5 stars, and then you want to come back out the middle, pull it all the way through. So now what you're going to want to do is start doing usually I do a counterclockwise, but you can do clockwise, and I also like to use the soft edge of the needle. So I'm going to go under this one and then pull all my thread, and you want to, when you pull it all the way through, you don't want to pull it too tight, just enough. And then we're going to go over this one and then under this one. And then again, we're just going to pull all of our thread all the way through. And you don't want it too, again, don't make it too tight, but just enough. And then we're going to go over this one and then under. It's every other. So you can always tell because you just look at where the last one you went under, and then you just, the next one. So I went under that one, so I want to go over this one, and then back under this one. And you're just going to do the same motion around and around and around until you fill the entire circle. I like to use the dull end because then it doesn't poke a hole through the fabric, because I'm not trying to poke any holes or go through the fabric. I'm just trying to easily go and wrap around all of my spokes so that this makes a beautiful woven rose. All right, now once you have done enough loops to cover your spokes all the way, so it looks like the last one I'm going to do is cover this one. So now what I'm going to do is on the poke, a hole just underneath like that. And then I'm gonna pull this through, and very gently and softly though, because I want it to match all the other loops that have looped around. I use a heat resistant pen so that I do still have a circle, but it can be erased easily with a hairdryer once I am complete with my project. So that's the woven rose. And then it's literally just these stitches. So I'm just going to stick my needle right through that as I'm holding the rose while I do this, just to make sure that it stays nice and snug. And then I'm just gonna tighten that and then just get a knot in the back to secure my stitch. I definitely didn't need as long a thread as I needed, but now it's completely done and we can cut off the excess and we have a beautiful woven rose.